Okay, so picture this. The stage is set for two big virtual reality platforms, two big heavyweight contenders. And no, we're not talking about Horizon Worlds. Get over yourself, Zuckerberg. It didn't happen. No, really though. Two big contenders. Will it be the current heavyweight champion known the world over as VR-Chat, or will it be the up-and-coming underdog, the new scrapper on the block going by the hella cool name of Resonite? Two heavyweight contenders, each competing for the future of the metaverse. Which one will become Ready Player One? Well, the problem with this match is that one of the opponents doesn't even know that the other opponent even exists. In fact, they don't even know that there's a fight scheduled. Yeah, I took a quick run through VR-Chat the other day asking people what they think about Resonite, and here are a few of the responses that I got. What do you think of Resonite?
Who's Resonite?
I'm sorry, could you repeat yourself?
What do you think of Resonite?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
What about you?
Is he talking about currency?
No, Resonite.
He's talking about the element, dude. You don't know about the element or Resonite?
What about you? What do you think of Resonite?
It's alright.
It's alright?
I don't know
Have
what
you tried
Resonite is, but I'm sure I have no idea what that is.
Oh, okay. It's a VR platform.
Hey. Oh.
It's new.
Is it?
Yeah.
Poking me.
In your ears?
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, what's your question?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think of Resonite?
What?
Think of huh?
Resonite.
What's that?
Hey, what do you think of Resonite?
I don't know what that is.
What do you think of Resonite?
What's that?
What about you, Kitten? What do you think of Resonite?
No, it all comes off. So
I'm not now.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the that is, but that's crazy. It's crazy.
What do you think of Resonite?
I have this like survey, this piece of paper.
I don't know what that is.
And it's,
Yeah, me either.
it's my VR-Chat survey.
What about you? What do you think of Resonite?
Throw up. That's on the survey.
Resonate. Is
For
that
piss
like?
yourself, I have.
What is that exactly?
Let's see.
Hey, could I interrupt you for a minute? I'm asking people some questions. Could I ask you guys a question?
Yeah. Go ahead, mate. Go ahead.
All right. What do you think of Resonite?
The f is that?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
Never heard of
I know what
Resonite?
these nuts are.
What do you think of Resonite?
I don't know what that is.
All right. What do you
I don't
think
know
of?
what that is either.
Okay. Cool.
I think it's it's very helpful to the environment, and I'm glad that it exists in this. I think it's very helpful, and I'm glad.
Shit, interview candidate. Resonite? What the f is that? You're gonna have to use smaller words with me, boy.
So yeah, about 10 out of 12 had no idea what I was talking about at all. They had just never heard of Resonite. But I did find two people who were at least aware of it, and they did have some interesting things to say.
What? Resonite? Isn't that also VR social platform?
Yes, you're the first person I found that actually knows what it is. Cool.
I've never used it. I know of it. I've just never used it.
Awesome. Do you plan on trying it?
Where's your hobby at?
Some of my avatars are compatible with it, but maybe, I don't know.
Okay. What do you think about the whole idea? Tell me any, what do you know about it? Tell me anything.
He hasn't texted.
I legit just know of it. I've never done any research yet.
Yeah. Are you
I may
gonna
look
try it?
into it. I just maybe, who knows? But right now, VR-Chat is where all my friends are, where everyone is. So
that's a big difference. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a cool idea. I like the ability to transfer items between worlds, but it was kind of just like no players, at least when I was checking it out. I think the peak player base was like 50 to 100 spread out across a bunch of different worlds. There really didn't seem like any social hubs to meet anybody. Like when I was using it, like I found 1 or 2 worlds, but it was basically dead.
Now, of course, when the shoe is on the other foot, it's a different story. Of course, everyone in Resonite has at least heard of VR-Chat, even if they've never actually been there. I asked around in Resonite what people thought about VR chat, and here's how those interviews went. What do you think about VR chat?
No, I've never actually played it. No. Resonite is the only social VR platform that I've ever been on.
I think a big discrepancy for me between the two is that Resonite has a really open source mentality. People are really open to sharing ideas and content and stuff that they make here. In VR chat, everyone feels like they're either trying to gatekeep everything or monetize everything. Like everything in VR chat is like, oh, where did you get that avatar? Did you pay for that avatar? Or like, oh, you want to buy my stuff that I make, yada yada. Here, everyone just kind of shares everything.
Yeah, what do you think about VR chat?
I think, well, at the time I joined was in December of 24.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking horrendous. In short, there was just kids flooding everything. It was horrible, but I'm sure they all like left because they got bored or something. I think it was a good medium for what it was. It just did not mesh well with me because of the, I don't know, I think the restrictiveness of what you can do. A friend introduced me to Resonite, so that's kind of how I got here, from what I've seen.
There is definitely a difference in the community. I would say that there's a lot of younger generation, you know, even those that are over the age of 18, they are still younger. I'm 30 years old, and I am old in VR chat.
I see it as easy to access and has accessibility to run a Quest 2 headset. But downside, it can't be used for much business at all. It's very handcuffed, and unfortunately, it's given a curse. I've used both platforms. I moved to Neos in 2019, now Resonite, and as part of how I designing things as an engineer, this really comes in handy, and I could not do my work in VR chat. It'd be impossible. Yes. I use Neos and then Resonite for commercial use.
What do you think about VR chat?
Never been on it. Doesn't really interest me. I mean, the thing that doesn't draw me to VR chat is that it's a controlled environment, and creating stuff on the fly is, you don't really do that in VR chat. So here you can pretty much create anything on the spot. So, I don't have anything against VR chat. It has its place.
I don't know. I guess one thing I can think of is comparing for smartphones, or it was like VR chat is like Apple. They're like a little walled garden, whereas Resonite is like Android, where you can side load and offset and modify and replace.
So VR chat is good for giving directed, intentional experiences that are not meant to be messed with as much by a user or anything like that, whereas this is more of an open thing where you just, part of the thing is creation, but also being able to interact with others' creations in a bit more of an involved way. It's not a set experience.
People here say are really nice, whereas VR chat seems like there's a bunch of kind of screaming kids.
Yeah, the fact that VR chat is more accessible means a lot more people that can do whatever, or that can be problematic, or the maturity level. You like Quest users. There's a big stereotype against Quest users, and there's probably a good reason for it. Any kid has a Quest. Yeah.
Isn't VR chat like minimum age of 14 or something, whereas Resonite's like 16 or something like that?
Troy. I think it's a natural progression. I'll first say that I don't think it's good necessarily. I will explain what it is. VR chat has a cheaper, you can buy a $200 used Quest 2 and go on there in an afternoon. Here you gotta buy, it's about $1,000 in gear minimum. I've priced out, the minimum viable PC of a used mixed reality headset, which is a good first kind of PTR system for going the cheap. It's $1,000 still. So you look at it, and that's a huge difference in price. The unfortunate thing is, I will say, because there's not a Quest build for this platform, I bet there are a few really smart high schoolers who could do amazing things in this community who will never be here. And that's just a what if. They exist. They have to by math. Right. So I will say it's an overall net positive with the understanding that we are also kind of making a sweeping assumption that everyone who's got a cheap ass Quest is poor and stupid. That's what I think kind of mean. So I will say it's convenient because the squeakers can't afford it, but I also feel sorry for those who are not squeakers who are just flat out poor and they're functioning this place and being here. They could be very talented and we would never meet them, which I think is a shame, honestly. That's all.
Do you ever, like, if all of a sudden they said, you know what, we did this thing now and standalone will now be in Resonite, will that ruin the club?
I don't think so. It will depend heavily on the rate of change of users. I know when we had some raids here, like when VR-Chat has technical problems, we get like 500 folks on, which I'll tell the story. When that happens, I think Troll will test this too. When that happens, everyone leaves their private world and it's like all hands on deck. Their crew is coming, and everyone who's a mentor or not helps out where they can. Out of the goodness of their heart. That community behavior is very unique to Resonite.
So do you want to get to a point where everyone can come in, or do you like having a private club that only
everyone? I think everyone. I think the more talent we have in here, the better. And as long as our community can teach the new folks, part of the point of VR-Chat, do you know do way? Well, the way here is we have a certain kind of culture with much more openness and less the racial bullshit, being rude to people and racist, that kind of stuff. That doesn't fly here. And so as long as they're willing to join our culture, come on board.
But when it really comes down to it, this shouldn't be viewed as a fight, because ultimately both of them are going to lose. Kind of like the old argument of who won, VHS or Betamax. Well, neither won, really. They both lost. People haven't been using VCRs in decades, and it's likely going to go down very similar for virtual reality. Technological development doesn't stop any more than evolution stops. There's no endpoint, there's no goal. There's only change resulting in adaptation. Virtual reality will continue to evolve to become a better and better fit to whatever niche and whatever requirements happen to be present at the time. Many of those future requirements we likely don't even understand right now. So which is better for today's fit? Well, I don't know. Depends on what you want it for, I guess. Do you want a powerful platform that gives the users wide versatility and the ability to make changes and customizations, and to do so in a friendly environment of mostly like-minded people? If so, Resonite would probably be a good fit for you. Or are you looking for a social platform where you can meet and talk with the seemingly unlimited number of people from multiple cultures all over the world, representing a wide swath of human society encompassing both the good and the bad, as well as the ugly? Well, if so, then VR-Chat's going to be a better bet for you. These are two very different platforms with different strengths and different weaknesses, but I think they have more in common than not, and I think they're more compatible than most people give them credit for. A moment ago, I likened technological development to evolution. Well, if that's the case, then these two, VR-Chat and Resonite, would be a very good mating pair. And hey, you know what? If that's the case, then I guess we do still have one thing to figure out. Who gets top? Well, anyways, I want to thank you for joining me. I am Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.